This is the Big O Show. 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 This is the Big O Show.
Just one place sold the most Acura models in the last 16 years. Acura of Pembroke Pines. Drive the new 2024 MDX, $469 a month during our 16th anniversary sale.
So here we are. I wanted to show you the backyard again because we had some trouble last time, but you know, cuttersedgepro.com does some amazing stuff, and there are the boys and the girl. They're having fun. There we go. Right, Maiden? Right, Bono? There we go. They're having fun. I'm having fun. Look at our Sylvester palm. It is beautiful. We got another one in the front yard like that. You can take your home and landscaping to the next level. And the artificial turf, look at that. Look at that. The two dinosaurs going at it, huh? Look at that. I gotta love the dinosaurs. Look at them. They like to bite each other's legs. That's what they do. They play with each other and then they bite each other and they piss each other off. It's fun. One is Bono, which is the one farther away from you, and Maiden. She's the girl right here. She's a badass. That's for sure. So anyway, see the flowers are coming out. Very nice. cuttersedgepro.com, folks. This big tree there will start budding that I'm showing you there soon. It'll have all kinds of flowers. I'll post another video and I'll show it to you. This is a backyard where everybody gets to hang out. Over there in the corner there, I put the barbecue and cook. So that way it's the farthest away from the house, you know. If I light myself on fire or somebody else, we're out in the corner away from everybody. There you go. So you can get some flowers coming out, which is a beautiful thing. And I swear by this artificial turf, it always looks phenomenal. I don't have to cut it. I don't have to water it. And so I'm saving a lot of money, hundreds and thousands in the long run, because I'm not watering or, of course, cutting the grass. And you know, here in South Florida, we cut the grass like every 10 to 14 days.
For over 16 years, EJDConstruction.com has provided South Florida residents quality craftsmanship, accurate project management, and exceptional service. That's why EJDConstruction.com is an A-rated member of Angie's List and the Better Business Bureau. When you're looking for the right custom home builder for additions or home remodeling, please call my friend Eric at 305-433-4843. That's 305-433-4843 for EJDConstruction.com.
Take a journey to our Caribbean paradise at Toyota of Hollywood. Get in the groove with great deals on over 2,000 Toyotas, like a Corolla, not $24,000, just $17,975. You'll be cruising and chilling with super low 2.99% financing. Feel the rhythms of the Caribbean today at Toyota of Hollywood on 441 between Hollywood Boulevard and Sheridan Street. Open till midnight.
When presenting an award to an employee, athlete, executive, or fantasy GM, make sure you call Orvieto's Awards and More. For 35 years, these custom award specialists have been providing plaques, trophies, custom framing, while providing state-of-the-art laser and computerized engraving, UV printing, and glass crystal etching. They do all their engraving and printing in-house for quality control. Call Charles at 305-949-8098 or visit them at orvietosawards.com. Orvieto's Awards and More, where recognition is rewarding.
Oh, great. You have a doorbell camera. Now you have a front row seat to your house getting robbed.
They're breaking into my house!
Ooh, there goes the TV. I'm sure it'll turn up at the pawn shop.
No, not the TV!
Just because you can see them, that doesn't mean you can stop them. With Slogans, you get 24-hour monitoring, a free home security system, and professional installation. Plus, free doorbell camera, one that'll actually work for you.
Get out of my house! Get out of the house!
Call 1-800-ALARM-ME.
Welcome to Caneswear. New store, new items, same great experience. Family owned and operated since 2010, Caneswear has the latest merchandise from the Miami Hurricanes, Miami Dolphins, Florida Panthers, InterMiamiCF, and more. Come visit us at our store in Davie on University Drive, just south of 595, or online at caneswear.com. Caneswear, the spot Miami fans shop.
Welton Rayom has more than 62 years of litigation experience handling insurance disputes. They're committed to resolving even the toughest insurance claims quickly. Call them for a free consultation. 954-966-4646. At Welton Rayom, they don't get paid unless you win. Property damage claims to your home, business, or condo as a result of a hurricane. Welton Rayom can help. Water, mold, fire, smoke damage, Welton Rayom can help. Call 954-966-4646.
This is the Big O Show. 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 This is...
We interrupt this program to bring you a special report.
Miles an hour, that's a Category 4 hurricane. 3 deaths are reported in Florida after more than 24 were killed in the Caribbean. This
Just one place sold the most Acura models in the last 16 years. Acura of Pembroke Pines. Drive the new 2024 RDX, $419 a month during our 16th anniversary sale.
The viewpoint statements or beliefs expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of FantasyAccess.com, Media Group Inc. ownership, management, sponsors, or website. When it comes to South Florida sports teams, very few in the media have witnessed, lived, and covered it like the Big O. Let's start the program dedicated to your favorite South Florida teams with a passion that's unmatched. The Big O Radio Show is on. Here's the Big O.
All righty. Welcome aboard, baby. Time to rock and roll. Yes, sir. We are out here at Craig Zinn's Acura of Pembroke Pines on a beautiful Friday. Well, it probably will get ugly because it'll probably rain, but it's a beautiful Friday because it's raining pucks on those Oilers. And by the way, I'm really disappointed in the Oilers because they are not playing well or whatever. Well, that I'm happy because, it's the Panthers kicking their ass. But, the Oilers, babe, didn't show up. I'm a little disappointed with that, by the way. That was the only reason I was looking forward to playing the Oilers. It's because, hey, I figured the babe's there. All right, that makes sense. Not bad. But no babe to be found. How about that? No babe to be found. That kind of sucks, I got to tell you. But hey, 3-0 lead. I hope you guys were tuning in to our post-game show last night. Thank you. Thank you all out there. If not, go back to it. Remember, watch time. So after the show, tune in, let it play, hit the like button. Thank you all out there. We had a really good crew. We had over 200 live at one point. So it was good. A lot of people were watching. So that was a lot of fun, man. I appreciate all of you out there for tuning in and supporting us. Last night we'll be back on Saturday to lift the cup, and maybe we'll do some bonus coverage there. It'll probably be a little longer show. We'll try to see if we could get some interviews on Saturday when they're lifting the cup, which will be a beautiful thing. It's pretty amazing, man. Pretty amazing. And did you see my explanation last night on the comeback? Huh? It was meant to be. The Barkov goal had to be the game winner. That's what the sports gods said. It wasn't a comeback by them. No. It was scripted by the sports gods. It's like, no, wait a minute. Let's give him a second, third goal, tease him a little bit, but really we got to make Barkov's revenge the goal. And that's exactly what happened. It was beautiful last night. It was absolutely beautiful last night, man. God, that was a lot of fun. The fact that they are this close to winning a Stanley Cup is amazing. It really is amazing, man. Really loving that. Let's see what we got. Damo, you crazy being outside in the humidity. Talk about swamp ass. Hunter Butler, is this like the first time you watched the show? Do you know we've been outside for 14 years here at we've been here since 2009, 15 years. I'm sorry, 15 years. Because my TSX was a 2010. And I bought that like after 6-8 months or something that I was here doing the show. Can't wait. I'm going to get my new car next year. Looking forward to that. Although I'm convinced now I'm getting an SUV. That you cannot get a car in South Florida. This rain, this floods, all this kind of it's going to be more consistent. That's going to happen more often. Cars are not good for South Florida anymore. You must get an SUV, unfortunately. So I can guarantee you that in 2025, I will be driving an SUV from here on out in South Florida. Oh, yeah. There's no doubt about that. My experience on the way home from Toyota of Hollywood the other day, no way. So I definitely will be getting the ZRX here or something at Toyota. Not sure, but it'll definitely be an SUV. There's no doubt about it. It'll be either an electric or a hybrid, one of the two. But SUV is definitely in. So, Hunter, we're always outside, brother. Oh, we've been outside for 15 years here at Craig Zinn's Acura Pembroke Pines. They can't have my loud ass inside that showroom. They're showing people cars and all that. You know what? I would be putting me inside there. It's like Anthony Anderson in the movie with DMX and Steven Seagal, where they're in the dealership and they were trying to buy that Lamborghini, and Anthony's like, cranking up the stereo. Ah, Miss Douglas likes that. Shake that ass, Miss Douglas. Anthony Anderson and Orlando Alzigari, both loud fat guys. Yeah, it's kind of, yeah, exactly. So it won't go well. It won't go well. So they're smart. They put me here. But we've got a full roof. The roof is all the way out. It's like 20 feet past us. Another 20 feet that way. So we never get wet. There's been times that when it gets really windy, the mist would come up to us sometimes, but it has to be really windy in order for us to feel the mist of the rain and all that kind of stuff. But overall, man, it's 15 years, that we've been doing this. 15 years, bro. That's impressive. That's impressive. Only thing longer has been with Hialeah Park. They've been with me for well over 20 years. I don't know what the hell it is, but it's been a long time that they've been with me. So, beautiful thing. But anyway, let's see. Steve Chapman, I see there. Looking forward to tonight. Oh, yeah, you're a Celtics guy. Good for you. There you go. I'm still butthurt that they beat my Bruins, but I'm moving on. Well, you should. Jamie Zorria out in San Jose. Panthers 1 win away from the cup. That's right. Smash that like button. Let's go. Let's get it over. Let's get it over 200, 300. Let's go. It's a Friday. Pump it up, homeboys and homegirls. Let's go. You only got 51 likes there. We got 115 already watching. Come on, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get this. Let's get the platform out there so people can get the tooth. Because there's a lot of phoniness out there, a lot of just clickbaiting stuff. Let's go. Hit that like button. Help us get the show out there. Visit our amazing sponsors like this one right here. Craig Zinn's Acura Pembroke Pines. Eddie Beto is in the house. He's celebrating. Jay Gelfin is loving it. Jack Roldan is in. He goes, I'm here early. I was convinced I'd be first. I will talk about the Calais Campbell signing, which is a good one. Anybody else got goosebumps for the upcoming season for the Dolphins? Yes. I mean, I can't wait myself. Rojas, 3 months ago, I predicted the team would sign Calais Campbell because he was low-hanging fruit, productive. You quickly dismissed the notion of his age. I don't think I dismissed the player. I dismissed early free agency, and I'll explain that. I'm pretty sure if you go look at the audio, I didn't dismiss the player. So you might be exaggerating a little bit. I'm pretty good at remembering what I said. I'm sure I wasn't dismissing the player. I think what maybe you were misunderstanding, and I'll explain later. Eddie Lepp, one more win until we welcome the Panthers into the South Florida Championship family. Damn right. Damn right. Jack Sultan or Sultan. Big O always knows. Thank you, sir. Very nice of you. Manolo is in the house. Alexis is in the house. Ocala Joe, the whale is in. Happy Father's Day. Thank you, sir. Happy Father's Day to you. The Bitcoin forecast for today is buy before it blows out of reach. Exactly. Michael Saylor just said they're raising $700 million more to buy Bitcoin. And it's just the rich and powerful are that the most people scooping up Bitcoin right now are the people that own over 100 to 1,000 Bitcoins. I wonder what that means. The people that have the most money are scooping it up. I wonder why. Interesting. And those of us that have no money and we have a little bit, what are we doing with that little bit? Do you have it hanging around in your bank account? Your mattress? Your savings account? Not a good move. Alex Toledo is in the house. Big Johnson, ready to rock and roll. Rosendo. He says, embrace the Friday vibes. Wishing you a morning filled with positive energy and the anticipation, a day that brings you closer to your dreams, a Stanley Cup. I like it. There you go, Rosendo. Drago, Sneak Attack 305. Oh, you are the real MVP of the night. You did a show, then a post-game show with the Cats last night, and today you guys are awesome. Thank you. I don't think my voice will be thanking me. 3 shows in less than 24 hours? Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's because I'll be doing it Saturday night. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I won't be talking much when I get off the air here. And then on Saturday, I'm going to stay pretty quiet. Everybody smash the like button, says Brian Walters. Let's go, man. We're at 78. Let's go. 138's watching and 78, so we're trailing by 50. Come on. Let's go. Pick it up. You guys have been doing awesome hitting the like button the last couple of shows. Let's keep it up. They went over 200 likes yesterday on the hockey post game. Like somebody was like, "Hey, we got over 200 people watching the hockey post game. Wow, we got fans now." And Saturday night post game is there. I want all of you out there, man. We got to have a huge post game show for the Panthers sealing that bitch. Lenny Pena, loving 3-0. Think Blue Dodgers. Chris Esco. My people, Cup is coming to the beach, he says. Yes, it is. Papa is in. Connor McDavid is going to represent Canada in the Olympics competing in figure skating. There we go. Skylar Tipton, Morning O. What AVG salary do you think Tua will get now that Lawrence got his contract? Tua definitely has outperformed his. I will definitely talk about that, my friend. Damo, you crazy being outside? Oh, I read that one. Ray Varnicus, Campbell, a viable contributor. Yes, we will get into that. There's a lot I got to say about the whole Calais Campbell. But we're gonna do a little roll call. Thomas Nitro, like it. Let's see. Lisa Rose, loving the destiny awaits the Panthers. That's right. Drago says, Lord Stanley said he will be at Edmonton on Saturday night. He better be. Happy 240th birthday to the Army. Oh, 249th, says Jonathan. There we go. I did not know that. The DMX movie we were talking about is Cradle to the Grave. No. I don't think it's Cradle to the Grave. It's a Steven Seagal movie, and DMX is in it. Anthony Anderson is in it. The dude with the dude that is like a real martial arts guy. What's his name? That he plays the top bad guy. And he when he turns around the chair, he goes, "Man, I wish I had a cat for this moment," or whatever. I forgot. He's really famous. I mean, I'm blanking right now, but no, it's not Beyond the Law. It's like from early 2000, late 90s. Exit Wounds. That's it, baby. Exit Wounds. Give me so I could get the karate guy that I'm missing on there. He's really good, man. He's like a legit, like, badass. No, not Isaiah Washington is the partner of Seagal in that movie, actually. Michael Jai White. That's the dude. I wouldn't fuck with Michael Jai White, bro. Jai, I think, is Jai. Jai. Yeah, it's Jai. It's Jai. That dude's a badass, bro. Like, he's legit fighter. And then he's turned into, action hero dude. No, it's not Jet Li. No. We got it. It's Exit Wounds. And by the way, if you've never seen Exit Wounds, you should watch it. DMX does an excellent job. Oh, that hot girl is in it too from Miami, the Latin girl with the birthmark. What's her name? Oh, she's also there. There's a lot of actors in that movie. Eva Mendes, Smoke Show Eva Mendes. Yeah. It's a good movie, actually. Anytime Exit Wounds, I will tell you, it's a guilty pleasure. When I see Exit Wounds and I'm channel surfing, I will stop. DMX does an excellent job in Exit Wounds. I'm dead serious about that. Excellent job on Exit Wounds. He plays a really nice role there, dude. Overall, it's an entertaining movie. It's got a terrific cast, overall. I enjoy Exit Wounds. Guilty pleasure, got to admit. Dean Rodriguez says Kachuk and Tatum, one win away from St. Louis, must be proud. Well, actually, they're both one win away from handing Drake a big ass loss because he bet the Oilers and the Mavs. It's a fucking Drake curse, bro. It is real. Of course it's real, dude. He just got his swept because Kendrick Lamar also kicked his ass too. Yeah. Eric Nordstrom says this show has been the best Dolphins info period. Nothing but straight shooting and honesty. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that, Eric. That means a lot. That's what we try to be here, bro. We don't go for the sensationalism and the drama and all that stuff. Gilbert Martinez is in. MM is in. Cap for Life in Brooklyn. Rob is in. They love the cradle to the grave, huh? Because they heard. Yeah, that's because they hear the DMX thing and all that, and it's not. No, that you're not keeping up with the Seagal part of it. Seagal is not in cradle to the grave. Okay, and then we got Jai White, and then we, Anthony Anderson. Like I started with Anthony Anderson. That's kind of where I started. It's Anthony Anderson. So if it's not Anthony Anderson, cradle to the grave is not the one. But that's all right. I appreciate you guys trying. Nyborg is in. Getting paid to listen to the Big O by corporation. That's it. He's a corporate time-stealing weasel. I love it. Stephen Harris. Loving the three vets they got on defense. Chase won. Hockey's such an awesome sport, and it's incredible in the playoffs. The best. Chad is in. Lord Stanley's going to have a parade down Sunrise Boulevard in front of Saw Ass in the home of Lord Stanley. Yes, sir. Might be, yeah. Yeah, we might need Noah's Ark. Yeah. We might need to, a boat like they did for the NFL draft on the thing. Yeah. That's probably what they're going to need to do. Walter Olivares. Are we over? We're at 97 and 159. So we're falling behind now. Now we're 62 behind now. We were like 50. We've fallen behind 62 on the likes to watching. That, come on, guys. Let's go. Ladies, let's go. Smash that like button. Smash that ass. Let's go. Smash it like you were the Panthers smashing the Oilers. Let's go. Thank you, by the way, those of you that are smashing it. And remember, you can make a donation, Cash App, or Venmo. By the way, new shirts in. There you go. Bring the old logo back. I don't know where you can see it. You're good here? Okay, bring the old logo back. And people are ordering them in black, in aqua, in orange, and then you could get it in white. Okay, the colors are coming in next week. We start with the waves of color shirts next week. But if you want the white ones, they're already in stock. So we've got the white ones in stock. We'll be sending out a couple of orders today because some of the folks had these or the Truth in South Florida sports, the Truth in Dolphins football. We have Truth in Heat. We have the Truth in the Inner. We have them in all. So you can get them for whatever sport you love most and watch our show for. Thank you. Thank you. Let's see. And remember, you can get the link right here on our YouTube page, on Twitter, and on Instagram. And once you pull up the billboard there so they can see the billboard and they can check it out. Miami Fins 09 says, just smash the like button. I love it. We're at 106 and 156. So we're 50 behind. Let's go. Big old question. Do you think Dak Prescott presents curse the Mavs championship hopes? No, I think it was all Drake. I'm going to blame Drake. Okay? Smash the like button like you're smashing Eva Mendes in Training Day. That's a good one. That's a good one right there. She's very smashable. No doubt about that. DMX, no sunshine. Yes. Ain't no sunshine. Yeah. It is. It's there. The that moment where they come into they show the police station. They play that song. I remember that. And then when he smashes the guy, like you got to smash the like button. When he smashes the cop into the sprinkler system, that's when it starts. Ain't no sunshine. And then it goes after that. Then you see the scene of the police station and all that stuff. So yeah. I remember that. What else do we have? The market is the market. That's right. He'll get paid, bro. I'm not worried about that. Too many people worry about that. Michael J. White, that's Mike Tyson's doppelganger. I kind of see what you're saying, and then I don't see what you're saying. Kind of like in this area here, but not this area here overall in the face. But I kind of understand what you're saying, but I wouldn't go that far. Big O, missed having Omar Kelly with you on those debates. Yeah, I think it was a topic on Twitter yesterday for some folks. And Omar was all hot and bothered. I get it. I mean, I got nothing but, people were raising stink yesterday about it on Twitter. And I'm like, whatever, bro. I got nothing but love for Omar. You know what I mean? I know he got frustrated at times, but that's because I constantly busted him because he plays both sides, or he was saying one thing one day and something else the other, or whatever. I mean, it's just kind of, it's kind of on this show, you gotta be like on your A game. Listeners, guests, you gotta be on your A game. And when you're not on your A game, things happen. Nothing personal. It's sports. It's fun. Doesn't bother me. If it bothers others, can't do anything about it, bro. Got nothing but love for him and wish him the best, obviously. But yeah, when you actually don't know what Christian Wilkins is actually doing on the field, and you think he's a part-time player, and I'm like, it's just kind of, there were things. So it was fun. It was fun winning most of those debates. Yes, it was fun. or all the debates. I'm not sure exactly what it was, but yeah, no. He's a fantastic dude. Wacky left field opinions, but that's kind of good for this business. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of good for the business. He's a great dude. Great dude. Got nothing but love for him. But I'm brutally honest. So, you know. Ray grew young, says he's ordering one today. Thank you, Ray. I appreciate that. Very nice of you. Very nice of you. Big O, that's my favorite short shirt. I ordered that one in black. Well, Sneak Attack, I'm hoping next week we start getting all those colored ones and the dry fits. And so we'll start getting, because what I'm doing is now we have a reserve of white shirts. So if you order any of the white shirts, they're going out right away. And the hats, the Big O Show hats or the Bitcoin hats, white or black, they'll go out right away. You'll get them right away. By the way, was it Fadias? I think it was Fadias. Fadias, if you're watching, bro, we sent you your package and it came back yesterday. I think you're the one that ordered just a hat, if I remember correctly. I want to say. But let me see if that's the guy. If I remember correctly, it's yesterday we got a package back, bro. So I don't know what the hell happened there. Let me see. Bro, I got a pretty good memory. Jose Farias, if you're watching out in Texas, we sent you your hat and it came back. We got it back yesterday in the mail. So I don't know if you're a hardcore watcher or you just watch segments or whatever. Either way. But if you're watching, Mr. Fadias, we got your hat back. So I don't know what the hell's going on with that one. You know what I'm saying? I kind of feel bad that we got it back and you didn't get the hat. So we got to resend it to you. Let's see what else. I will be sending you an email today. But yeah, I got that back yesterday. Where can I get some legit deep dish pizza this week? And I feel everybody has the hidden gems. Anthony, here in South Florida, I don't know where to go for a deep dish pizza. Oh, you know which one that I do like that's kind of deep dish is the Big Tomato. And I like the one in Miami Springs and then the original one on US 1 and 124th. Was it Chapman Field Drive or something? That's huh? What happened? Uh-huh. Did we send double hats or something? You got your hat? Yeah. See, but the thing is, I don't know. That guy could be screwing with us too. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if I don't believe you, but you know, it's like. So you know what, Farias? You can send me a note inside the Shopify. So if it is you, send me the note and tell me that you got the hat. Okay? Yeah, no, but it's all the yeah, I mean, I'm not like, you know, Mr. I know pizza everywhere, but I do remember that that's one that's pretty close that I like a lot. So, let's see. What else do we have here? Let's see. Also, what are you doing with your winnings from the Panthers bets? Oh, Saturday night, the second my winnings come into my Hard Rock app, I send it to my bank account and I buy all Bitcoin with it, except my money that I bet. That stays in the app so I can keep betting. But all my winnings, I'm buying Bitcoin on Saturday night. Guaranteed. Every single dollar goes to Bitcoin. Guaranteed. I'm hoping we stay where we're at right now. And, I love that we're staying in this area for the last couple of months. It just gives me time to accumulate as much as I can, and when it pops and it starts getting ridiculous, then I can never buy again, because the slivers you're buying are so expensive at that point that it's just forget it. But at least now it's still, you're building something right now. It's still I can't buy 60,000, but if you can, like I said, if you can work your way to 25% of a Bitcoin, I think you are going to be in an amazing, amazing place. So Lewis says Cazzola's Pizza. I didn't even know that they were experts at deep dish. Death by Pizza is fire, says Armando. Okay. Let's see. James Vivinetti says, wait a minute. Do we have him? Oh, okay. Because I didn't notice. All right, let's do it. Let's talk a little Dolphins football. The one and only David Furones is ready to go with our Welt and Rayom Miami Dolphins report.
All rise, football fans, as the Welt and Rayom Miami Dolphins report with David Furones is in session.
Welt and Rayom has more than 62 years of litigation experience handling insurance disputes. They are committed to resolving even the toughest insurance claims quickly. Call them for a free consultation. 954-966-4646. Here's Miami Dolphins insider David Furones.
All right. There he is, locked and loaded and ready to go. The one and only David Furones. And by the way, folks, don't forget, we got a lot of storm issues going on right now. A lot of people dealing with a lot of bad stuff, flooding, damage, water damage. Please call Welton Rayom. They have their own adjusters. You will not even have – right now the insurance companies are loaded with phone calls as it is. You're going to be like 80th in line anyways for an adjuster. Don't even bother calling them. Call Welton Rayom first. They send their adjusters. Then they call the insurance company for you. Trust me, you're all good. You won't even have to deal with that headache. They'll handle it all for you and work the insurance company. Call them 954-966-4646 wherever you're at in Florida. South Florida, West Coast, Central Florida. I don't care. Call them and ask for Jeff Welt. 954-966-4646. All right, my brother. How about that? The Cats are one win away from the Cup. Amazing.
Yeah, amazing. So one win away, first time in franchise history. We know the 96 team got swept. The last year's team lost in 5. So, I mean, to be this close and 3-0 lead, which is in hockey, it has happened where a team has blown it, but still very rare. So you can feel it. You can feel it in South Florida that we're finally getting a championship of some kind for the first time in 11 years.
Yeah, and one of the things that in the past, the 90s team, you kind of knew you were happy to be there. So it wasn't real. Mm-hmm. And then last year, it took a 4-string goaltender to get you into the playoffs. So it was kind of flukish. You know what I'm saying? And it reminds me of the Heat's runs the last couple of years with Jimmy Butler in the bubble. And then last year where you get an injured Embiid and you avoid Giannis and everything falls into place. And it's like, you're really not a championship caliber team. But, hey, things went your way and you got there. That's not this team, dude. That's the beauty of this one. This is a team that looks like they are the best team in the league. That's what they look like. And they look like they belong. And they clearly look like they deserve the championship over everybody else.
Yeah. Every series looked like the better team. And sometimes in hockey, the better team doesn't win. You can get that puck luck to go. But they have the combination of getting both. They score the goals when the opportunities present themselves. And they and they flat out win these games, and they play that physical brand. So it's stopped that high-flying Edmonton attack, and Connor McDavid, Leon Draisaitl, all them.
And let me tell you something. They are now creeping into somewhere. Because we've talked about this on the show, that they're doing the same thing the 72 Dolphins did, that they lost the first time, and now they're coming back to win it, and maybe they could win it again like the Dolphins did and like the Heat did, right? But at the same time, this is not a flukish team. So now they could be considered, with the 70s Dolphins, with the 96 Canes, or the 2001 Canes, or the 97 Marlins, or something. When you start or the 2011 Miami Heat, when you start talking about some of the greatest teams in the history of South Florida, it's hard to argue with Zonka. Undefeated is undefeated, right? But after that, the Panthers are going to have an argument to be in somewhere there, number 2, number 3, or whatever in the history of South Florida sports. So that's how special it is. That it may not take down the Dolphins, but they're right there, dude, as one of the great teams in South Florida history.
Yeah, the potential of a little mini dynasty there, at least. So we've had a few of those. Whether it's the 80s Canes, the 01 Canes was such a great team. Those 72 Dolphins that went undefeated. 73 Dolphins, some argue, might be even better. Some, just like a lot of people I remember in 02, and I was alive for this one. A lot of people argued the 02 Canes were a little bit better than the 01 Canes, even though they did end up losing. According to Terry Porter, the official in the end zone there at that Fiasco Bowl. But yeah, I mean, the Marlins had their World Series some 6 years apart, and then also it was like a rebuild to then get to the second team. And the Heat of the last decade were just phenomenal, obviously, with the big three. So Panthers can put themselves in that category in South Florida history.
Yeah, man. It's pretty damn special.
Yeah.
Huh?
They're built for it. They're built for it.
Yeah. No, this is real, bro. They've got real stars, dude. That's the thing. The Dolphins made a heck of a move yesterday, picking up Calais Campbell. And I see Oscar Rojas, you're back. I never said non-factor, my brother. What I said was at the beginning of free agency, it's probably not the move you want to make. That's the part you can go back and check the video, audio. It's all there. It's all recorded. But anyway, one of the things that I love about what Chris Grier is doing is his timing on most of this stuff. Doesn't matter who the hell we're talking about. He does not panic, dude. Does not panic for the person that wants money. Does not panic for the person that's out in, 80% of the media had Miami trading for Dalvin Cook or dying to offer him a contract. They were neither. You know what I'm saying? The guy, there is no panic. And so a guy like Calais Campbell, you don't get early in free agency, right? Now, where everything's calmed down, the money's dried up, there aren't a lot of great options. Now he has to make an adjustment, and he has to say, okay, I have to choose a situation because there aren't a bunch of people lined up to give me money. And Chris Grier knows that no state tax, great situation, a Miami guy. Okay, I've got a lot on my side. It's just the timing of when he does all this kind of stuff. It just makes a lot of sense. Agree or disagree on that?
Yeah. I thought you were going to say the timing of making this move at puck drop to the Panthers game 3. I had gone out to go watch the game, and I'm like, oh shit, am I going to have to write this right now? Luckily, my colleague Chris Perkins, he was at home and watching the game too, but he was able to just write our article to cover the news. So while I was on Twitter, just seeing it all go down.
Hey, Snacker, you're supposed to walk around with a laptop the entire time. Okay?
Yeah, right. I got no time to myself, especially with these Dolphins.
You're out on a date. You're traveling, wherever it is you are. You got to have a laptop on you, bro. The entire showering. You got to have it all right there. Yeah. You got to be prepared, young man.
Oh, I mean, I've totally had my phone like right outside the shower, and then like if it buzzes, I'm like what is that? What's going on over there? And then go back or like have to tweet out something as it breaks, or like confirming news and all that. So yeah, I mean, life of a sports writer, you always got to be on your toes, even a week after mandatory minicamp. And because I mean, for the Dolphins, we've talked about it. They had this $18.5 million come in from the Xavier Howard money post June 1. So there was always going to be this second wave. So getting these veterans that have remained available, Marcus May at safety, like we talked about before. Now it's Calais Campbell, and Calais is a move I absolutely love, and we've talked about him before this happened. We've mentioned him on this show. Just the connection, of course, having the college career with the Miami Hurricanes to then now possibly finish off his NFL career back in Miami. And at 38 years old, I mean, a guy that can set the edge. He's put up the sack numbers in his career, 6-time Pro Bowler, former Walter Payton Man of the Year, another big voice in the locker room that's going to be a tremendous leader at his age. I mean, shit, he's older than the Dolphins D-line coach, Austin Clark. He's at 38, he's older than him. So that's another coach, but in the locker room that you have basically. So, I mean, Calais Campbell's a guy that I absolutely love, and I can't wait to get to covering him. And I wrote right before this happened on Wednesday how do the Dolphins have enough around Zach Sealer on the D-line? Yeah, they brought in all these guys. It's going to be a rotation, and even with Calais Campbell, it'll still be a rotation of these guys to fill in for the production. You can't really replace Christian Wilkins in that way, but just to keep bodies fresh around Zach Sealer. And now Calais Campbell is another one of those guys that you already know what you're getting, so you didn't need him in all these OTAs and minicamp, and now you get him at this point. And then he'll have his time to then just ramp up as he sees fit in training camp, and then I think he's going to be of great value to this franchise.
I think on this show, I'm not sure, Sean, but I think there's a host on the show that said these teams like to stay away from old players during the offseason. They don't want them in mini camps. They want to sign them for training camp because they might get injured, and then they Oh, wow, interesting how Calais Campbell did not have to attend any mini camps or anything. Interesting how that works out, huh? You know, it's kind of a thing that we do on the show. We kind of inform you about how things are worked in the NFL. But anyway,
they say the mini camp is mandatory, but there's the workaround. You just don't join the team during mandatory mini camp sessions, and then you don't have to go to one. So it's perfect.
Last year there was a lineman from the year before. I forgot the guy's name, and they didn't bring him back. And one of the things in the offseason, early on, I forgot the guy's name, and they were asking me, and I kept telling them that they didn't think his body would hold up, so they didn't want to take any chances. I think he signed with the Bills or somebody else after. I forgot who it was.
Solomon Kinley? No, that's not who you're talking about, right?
No, I don't think it's Solomon Kinley from the year before last. Yeah, going into last season's off season. Not. It was like 2 years ago he played, and then forget it. Anyways, but my point was that was one of the things that was the knock on him, that they were worried because he was like a 30, 31-year-old, 32-year-old. He had a lot of mileage on him, and he had some injuries in the past and all. And they were like, you know, if we sign him late, you know, that kind of stuff, because that's what they do. Now, let's get to the important stuff. So there was a lot of panic about losing Christian Wilkins. Now, you said in one of your answers now, you said you can't replace him. But the addition of Calais Campbell, you do replace some of him now, don't you? Because in situational moments, he's not going to play the amount of snaps that Christian Wilkins played. I mean, give me a break. And by the way, that's not too smart to play your players like that anyway, but that's the way they did it. Even Sealer's not going to play the amount of snaps he played last year, the way Weaver is going to rotate guys. But in situational, places, in third downs, short and, third and short, second and short, whatever, fourth and short, you're not going to lose a lot anymore from Wilkins to Calais Campbell in those kind of moments. Okay, so that's where, with all the panic, you've kind of done a better job of at least replacing it a little bit now.
Yeah, absolutely. And so, yeah, what I meant is you're not going to replace them body for body, because that's why Christian Wilkins did demand the money he got, and also why at that price the Dolphins aren't willing to just pay him that price, because also now with Anthony Weaver, he also has a philosophy of rotating guys, keeping them fresh. So when you do add now a Calais Campbell, and you already still have a Zach Sealer, and then let's not scoff at the other guys that they brought in. Sure, they're kind of like rotational pieces. It's not like anyone's a surefire top caliber defensive lineman, but guys that are fringe starting level, that are quality guys like Benito Jones, who was with the Dolphins before. He became a starter in Detroit. I remember I was at owners meetings, and the day when they had all the NFC coaches around, and then hearing from Dan Campbell, he was like, yeah, we got him from Miami. And then now he goes back to Miami. You're welcome. We made him better for you guys, and now you guys are getting a better product than when he left the first time. Tier Tart could be a quality pickup there. I know Jonathan Harris, who also. So I mean, all these guys, and Neville Gallimore, of course, Dallas Cowboys.
Somebody in Dallas. I got a guy in Dallas that's a fan of his.
Okay.
On the team. I'm not talking about a reporter. I'm talking about somebody in the building. And he told me, dude, he's got a little something to him that if they can get it out of him, he'll be able to help them out. I'm a fan, he told me. He didn't tell me he was a great player or anything like that. Right. But he goes, man, he's got a chance to really help out if everything goes well. So we'll see on Gallimore, because that's the thing, dude. And maybe that's a sign of things to come with Weaver. And you know how the philosophy for this front office is, we're not paying running backs. We're going to have a running back by committee type of thing. And it's been proven. Mostert scored 21 touchdowns. Did they go out and give him a $10 million contract? No. You know what I'm saying? So they're not going to give out a whole bunch of money at that position. Maybe that's kind of where we're headed now on defensive tackle. Maybe Weaver's the kind of guy that doesn't want to spend big money there. Maybe they're better off spending it on the pass rushers, and inside they have solid blue-collar guys that kind of can do the job, overall, and stuff the run and those kind of things, and fill the gaps, and let the backers and let the defensive ends and those kind of guys, get to the quarterback and put some pressure. That the philosophy also might be changing at that position. And maybe that's why they also weren't willing to go to $29 million for Christian Wilkins.
Yeah. Well, and it's interesting because I think some teams are starting to prioritize the interior defensive lineman, interior offensive lineman more, like going with this philosophy of building inside out. So then starting to pay those positions like premium positions. So then maybe if the market goes a little too far for those types of players at those roles, then you counter that. You say, okay, well, if people want to pay all that, because we've seen last couple of years, a lot of defensive tackles start getting these big contracts.
Wait a minute. What kind of defensive tackles are getting that kind of money?
The ones that provide a pass rush.
Okay.
From the interior. Yeah.
And so that's why if you get a special guy that can get you double-digit sacks from that spot, then yeah, now you got it. But see, Chris Grier has already proven that he will pay you if he believes you're a pass rusher. And that's exactly what they told Christian Wilkins by not paying him last season is, yeah, dude, you got some sacks, but we don't believe you're a pass rusher. You know what I'm saying? And if you look at his career high numbers this past year, it was against mostly shitty teams that he cashed in on. It wasn't like it was the Buffalo sack was like the lone sack that was like against a big team.
Yeah. There's that aspect to it. Yeah.
They will pay that guy at that position if he's a real pass rusher.
Yeah. There's that aspect to it. And then I think Vic Fangio's defense benefited Christian Wilkins from that standpoint, because it was a lot of the traditional 4-man pressures. So a lot of the sacks, they were going to fall to him. It wasn't like, an extra blitzer is going to get to the quarterback before Christian Wilkins can, as he has to get through those big bodies at guard and center. He was going to get more opportunities. So, yeah, that's why actually both defensive tackles got up there in sacks and had career highs. And Zach Sealer, he had his 10 as well. And then you're able to keep Zach Sealer at a much more reasonable price to keep him around this year. So that's why he got his money. Christian Wilkins was going to demand the big salary. So then that's the way that went. So, I mean, he had – so I know a lot of people, especially in the secondary, a lot of the Dolphins defenders didn't love Vic Fangio's system, but one guy who can certainly thank Vic Fangio would be Christian Wilkins.
Yeah, big time. And I think Christian also had his own motivations there. All right. I am of the belief even more now as they keep signing people, they know exactly what they're paying Tua. They have to know. And by the way, the other thing that's coming is they got the cap space from X. I think they're also going to get cap space from Tua here because they're going to rework that fifth-year option number and lower that thing down too. So they're going to end up getting – that's why I think they're able to do so many moves with the rookies and everything else. I think – I'm not exactly sure what the minorities of the deal that they're trying to work out on, but with Trevor Lawrence already getting his deal, you kind of know what he's going to – the ballpark that he's going to be in.
Yeah, the ballpark for sure. Now, I just wonder if after Justin Herbert last year was 52.5 on the average annual value and Jared Goff got 53 this year, if they already had one number that just barely nudges them, like if it was 53.5 or if it was 54, and then now Trevor Lawrence's deal, which was a few weeks ago, as NFL Network reported, a little bit behind where Tua stood, so they passed him at some point and got it all done. Now I just wonder if Tua sees 55 for Trevor Lawrence and says, hold on, I'm going to need 55 now. I might want 55.5 now. If they had a number that was a little bit lower, he might want an extra mil per year or something based on that because he says, hey, I've been at this for another year more than Trevor Lawrence. He was 2021. I was 2020. I've done everything you asked me to do. And I've actually, if you look at it, have been a little bit better than Trevor Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence got a playoff win. Now it was Lawrence against Justin Herbert. Something had to give. One of them was going to get one in that game. Tua missed one playoff because he was injured himself in concussion protocol, and then his one playoff game he had to go into frigid Kansas City with half his defense out. So those aren't apples for apples comparison. But aside from everything else, Tua could stand to say, all right, now I want a little bit extra more than what we were at because now all of a sudden another quarterback got his deal ahead of me, and he was already antsy to get his deal done, and someone who was supposedly behind him now all of a sudden got it completely done, and he's still kind of a little bit more antsy, I guess.
What about if they were already in that ballpark as it is?
Yeah, could be.
You know what I'm saying? So by the way, who's Lawrence's agent?
Trevor. I'd have to look it up.
Look it up while we're discussing. By the way, what are you working on the Dolphins at the Sun Sentinel?
Ready for any development with Tua's contract, and then actually I'll get a chance to write from home on Game 4 of the Stanley Cup Finals. So a nice change up. I'm not in Edmonton. We have Dave Hyde traveling now. He already had his travel plan squashed for Game 3 with the weather, but he's trying to get out there for Game 4 for the potential clincher, and then I'll be also writing something from home. Okay, I just pulled it up. MGC Sports, and he's got like 4 names written on his Spotrac page.
And what are the 4?
James Corey, Kyle Strong, and Sean Howard.
Not Lee Steinberg. Right.
Say again. James Corey, Kyle Strong,
Howard, and who?
Alan Bullington.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, he's got 4 names.
So definitely not Lee Steinberg.
No.
Yeah. It's an agent. It's an agency because Lee Steinberg is Tua's agent, correct?
All right. Well,
All right.
Ryan Williams.
Right. It's Ryan. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So they got to be already in that ballpark, at that point. So I mean, I'm just wondering what are the hangups that they're because I don't believe everybody's worried about salaries. I don't think it's about the salary or the signing bonus. I think it's the other stuff, the injury protection. I think it's the roster bonuses, the guarantees, how much, what date, those kind of things. I think that's the stuff that they're working on right now. I think that the general part, there's no way you have all this flexibility and you're doing all these moves and you haven't made the most important signing. It still doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, there's that. Now, I mean, I haven't seen the contract details of Calais Campbell and Marcus May, but it's not like those are going to break the bank on what you're doing at this point. But
everything takes cap space.
Yeah,
but dude, everything takes cap space. Jordan Poyer, all your rookies, everything. So how do you know what space to take up and what space you have left? You see what I'm saying?
Some of it not so much because it's the top 51 cutoff, and then it ends up being just the difference between who gets bumped off from the top 51 as far as how it counts toward your salary cap and who you brought in. So then some of those moves just end up being really minimal toward the cap because it's just like someone who's already getting 1 point something just bumped down off the top 51, which is what applies toward the cap space that you're filling up.
Yeah, but you've given Jonnu Smith a deal. You've given Waddle a deal. There's other people that you've paid. And dude, there's no way you freely go about building your entire team around Tua without knowing what you're paying Tua because the numbers just don't jive.
Yeah.
You got to know because it's kind of tight. You know what I'm saying? So that's why they know something we don't. It's just we like to create drama and sensationalism, but there's no way that you're doing all of this and then you're going to say, oh, we don't have enough money to pay him now because it's going up or this and that. It doesn't work that way. You have to know what you're paying him first, so then you know what money to work with. So now, okay, we know what you're paying. Okay, we've got the parameters. All right, now let's go do our business and go build the team around them. I think that's Tua's team working with them, actually, in the process to not only get Tua paid, but at the same time build the team around and make it the best team possible. Because it's just weird to be so freely building the team and the biggest contract that you're ever going to hand in the history of the team still hasn't been signed. Odd.
Yeah. No, I agree with you that it's probably a lot of the minutia of the bonuses, the workout bonuses, roster bonuses, and guaranteed. All those little minor, whether it's something's fully or not fully guaranteed, all those minor details. But then I just wonder now if Trevor.
I'll give you an example. In the Lawrence,
a little more.
Listen,
it's not done yet.
Listen, in the Lawrence contract, I'll give you an example. It says $200 million guaranteed, but 142 is guaranteed fully.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's shit like that. That might be like they know the general number, but now they got to settle in on the other number, and things like that is probably what's being worked out. That's what I'm saying. I think they know the general number already.
I'm with you, but I just wonder if now Tua comes back and says, "Hey, I just saw Trevor Lawrence get this, and that was more than I expected for him. I'm going to need a little bit more, even if they already had that agreed upon but not signed." I just wonder.
No, it's a great point on your part if that's the case. I just kind of feel that they were already probably in that neighborhood anyways.
Sure,
Look,
yeah.
man, all we're doing is setting ourselves up, at least not me, but a lot of people, especially the people that don't believe in Tua, all they're doing is just waiting to then, pounce on the team for whatever they pay him anyways, because that's the next stage. The stage that we have now is people complaining about it and then worrying about it, and then the next stage is complaining about it. Okay, once it's done, they'll complain about the contract. It's just,
of course.
Yeah, It's crazy. All right. Follow him on Twitter at David Furones _ and catch his exceptional work there at the South Florida Sun Sentinel. David, as always, thank you, my brother. We'll catch up on Tuesday, my friend. Have a great weekend.
Thank you. You too.
Stay dry. There you go. David Furones, Welton Rayom, 954-966-4646. You're out on the West Coast. You're on the East Coast of Florida. Wherever you're at, call Jeff Welch right now. You're dealing with the water damage. Look, a hurricane hasn't even hit us yet. And that's why I told you, forget about just hurricanes. It's storm season. And the amount of rain that can fall at any time, anywhere, it could be just catastrophic. And we saw it here over the last couple of days, and we're not done yet. We're not out of the woods, as they say. So call Jeff Welch right now so you don't have to deal with the insurance company. They will send their own adjusters, and they will straighten out your insurance company. 954-966-4646. Condo damage, homeowner property damage, business owner claims, whatever it is, you call Welton Rayom. They will take care of you.
This has been another session of the Welton Rayom Miami Dolphins Report with David Furones. At Welton Rayom, they don't get paid unless you win. They handle complex personal injury claims caused by the fault of another in both state and federal courts. They handle auto, trucking, motorcycle, slip and fall, and bicycle accidents. Call 954-966-4646. Welton Rayom can help.
They can. Alexis Palenzuela, thank you for the love on Venmo. Very nice of you, sir. It's a good Friday morning. Have a great weekend. Thank you. Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show. You can always make a donation to support the channel. As always, Ocala Joe, thank you, sir. Also making a Bitcoin donation. He says, for Father's Day, happy Father's Day. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you immensely, as always, Ocala Joe. Happy Father's Day, my friend. That is very nice. Very nice. And remember, you can also support the show by going to Caneswear. Use our code BIGO10. You will get 10% off. Online, in person, doesn't matter. And for those of you that don't live close by, you can order and you will get free shipping over $100, over $99. You will get free shipping, and you use our code, you will get 10% off. You can get some Eastern Conference Championship gear for the Panthers. Soon you'll be able to get Stanley Cup gear for the Panthers. It's a beautiful thing. I got it. I forgot to charge my stuff when I started. All right. We are awaiting Manny Navarro. While we await Manny Navarro, let's discuss Calais Campbell. Miami Dolphins signed Calais Campbell to a 1-year contract. It is a terrific move because, this is a move that you don't make early in the offseason because he's an older player. Plus, there's no need to overpay at this point. And to do it now, you also don't put him through the mini camps. His body doesn't need it. His mind doesn't need it. He is, forget about it, dude. Hall of Fame type player. So Calais Campbell is a terrific locker room presence for all those defensive linemen. You listen, in key moments, you're not losing much from him and Christian Wilkins. Are you losing overall player? Yeah, dude, because Christian Wilkins plays 1,000 snaps. Calais Campbell is not going to play that much. He's going to play, but he's not going to carry that kind of a workload because he's an older player. But rotationally, he will be in key moments. And you're not going to lose nearly as much as you thought you were when Christian Wilkins was gone. So that's part of it. And, when you start to look at the overall picture, what happened the day after free agency, the day of free agency, the first day, where so many of you were panicking and all that kind of stuff, and then you look at it 2 months later, the team that they've been able to build and then draft, and you continue to add quality pieces like a Calais Campbell, which we've got Manny Navarro coming up. perfect person to talk about Calais Campbell. That's the kind of stuff that you get and being a team that is sexy now. That's another thing for Calais, not just being a Miami guy, not just being a, Florida, no state tax, all that other stuff. Miami's a pretty good team now. So Calais Campbell gets to come here, gets a little break on the no state taxes, gets to come back to Miami, but he also knows he has a chance to win, which is something that he wants to play because he's a prideful player. But the importance of his presence in the locker room, the fact that in key moments, you're not going to lose much from Wilkins and him now. Okay? Not the overall snaps. He can't play the amount of snaps that Wilkins can. But in key moments, he can do exactly or maybe even better than what Wilkins can do. Because he can, he can blow shit up. And then for Chris Greer to have the patience to stay with it and not offer a contract throughout the offseason and wait till mini camps are done and you're going to get a bargain of a contract. That's a hell of a move, man. The Marcus May move, hell of a move. Jordan Poyer, hell of a move. These are good veterans that you're adding to your team. Brings a lot of experience, a lot of leadership, brings quality individuals too. That's the other thing that Calais Campbell is. My God, he is a quality individual. It's pretty awesome, man. Great move by Chris Greer. Great move by the Miami Dolphins. And your defense just got way better. No doubt about that. All right, let's do it, baby. Let's get to it. Let's talk to Manny Navarro and our Canes Wear Miami Hurricanes report.
The viewpoint statements or beliefs expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of FantasyAccess.com, Media Group Inc. ownership, management, sponsors, or website. If you're a Miami sports fan, there's only one store to go to, and that's Canes Wear at Miami Fanwear in Davie. They're your one-stop shop for all your InterMiamiCF, Canes, Dolphins, Panthers, and Marlins merchandise. They have hats, t-shirts, game day jerseys, and so much more. Located at 2655 South University Drive in Davie, and open 24/7 online at caneswear.com or intermiamiwear.com. Call them at 954-835-5597. Canes Wear, the spot where Inter-Miami and all Miami sports fans shop. Time for Canes fans to get what they want. Information, insight, and perspective. It's the Canes Wear Miami Hurricanes Report with Manny Navarro. Exclusively on the Big O Radio Show. Here's Big O and insider Manny Navarro.
Now we're just missing O. This is always fun. Well, if you're wondering what's going on, with
I'm not there.
There you are.
Oh, so you didn't add me? Okay, all right, that's really good. Yeah, Sean's not really doing his job today. He's just hanging around. Anyway, by the way, Tony Segalis, thank you, sir, for the Bitcoin donation. Happy Father's Day, Big O, and go Cats. Thank you, sir. Very nice of you. Very nice of you. You can make a donation to the program. Bitcoin donation to Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show. And I always love those Bitcoin donations. Those things are donations that we'll give forever. So we love that. Perpetual donations. It's a beautiful thing. Manny, how you feeling, my man? Happy Father's Day.
Thank you. Same to you, my brother. It's also my 46th birthday today, so I'm a year older.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Father's Day weekend busy for me. I'm up here in St. Augustine visiting parents and my brothers. Everybody's down here hanging out. So it's going to be a good weekend.
All right, man. That is awesome, dude. Good for you, spending it with family. That is awesome. So you're 47 this year, right? I'll be 50.
46 this year.
46. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'll be 58 this year.
Wow. Yeah. Well, you look great, though. I got to tell you look better. I think you're going to look better at 58 than you did a couple years ago, right? With all the hard work you put in to lose weight and get in shape.
I'm trying, bro. Bro. I am trying, but and I'll keep losing some weight here. Wow, that ZDX is fucking beautiful. Holy shit. Isn't that car nice? Oh my God, that is nice. Woof. Anyway, sorry about that, but
No, it's okay.
yeah, no, I'm trying, man. I'm trying to work it, but yeah, dude, you're like 46. I'm like, damn, I'll be 58 October 1st, bro. It's like right around the corner already, man. 58, and that is just crazy stuff. Calais Campbell signs with the Miami Dolphins, and I praise Chris Greer because the panic is to try to sign him early, and because people are talking, oh, sign him, and they're like, no, dude, you wait for these kind of things. He's not the kind of guy because he's not going to play a ton. He's going to be a situational player for you at this point. But what a key person to have in the locker room, and what a key player to have in big moments, dude. Short yardage, passing downs, 3rd and long. You need to put some pressure, whatever it is. But in those kind of key moments, that's where you want a player like that.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I got a chance to see Calais actually a week ago, this past weekend, Sunday, when he was over at Legends Camp for the University of Miami, and he was standing there next to Jason Taylor, who of course is Miami's defensive line coach, and I tweeted out a photo of the two of them together, and I said, two Miami legends at Legends Camp, and the thing about Calais, and I remember coming up here to Jacksonville and talking to him when he was with the Jaguars, is there's never been anybody that said a negative thing about this guy in a locker room. Like, everything has always been what a unbelievable person and positive influence. And I was talking about this with somebody else the other day. For a guy to be as big as he is, 6'7", 6'8", as long as he is, to have as much health as he's had, if you really think about it, to play, 17 years in NFL now? I mean, it's pretty remarkable for somebody of that kind of frame to survive and not have so many detrimental injuries and to just be consistent. So kudos.
I have a theory sometimes that some of those guys that are super special and athletic, they have a vision. They play at another level that sometimes they can see shit happening, and they kind of know how to protect themselves, and they know how to play. And Aaron Donald, bro, that guy barely ever suffered any injuries.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
It's just sometimes there's Barry Sanders. You didn't get clean shots on him. Warwick Dunn. I could just go on and talk about certain players that, there are some that do have bad luck, and there are players, but then there are those special guys that you just wonder, like, bro, Walter, how in the fuck do you play like a ram and you put your helmet into somebody's chest all the time and you never get injured? What explain to me, Walter Payton, how is it that you do this shit? You know what I'm saying? And over time, there are those certain dudes, and I think Calais Campbell is that dude that kind of really understands the game and knows how to play it and play it in a way that he's the guy doing the hurting maybe at times.
He really is, and it's amazing. He's never had a season where he's played fewer than 12 games. I mean, how many guys can say that? Right? I mean, to just have that level of consistency, that you're available that much. So,
I mean, Teron Armstead does that all the time.
Right. Oh man. By the way, I see the message.
Teron Armstead's the opposite. He can't play 12 games. Calais plays at least 12 games. Teron can't play 12 games. That's his job.
That's the opposite end of it. But the value, he's going to bring tremendous value to the Dolphins, and I think you're absolutely right. Great signing and great for the locker room. Kind of glue guy I think every team that wants to win a championship needs. You need that veteran guy.
And in situational moments, you're not going to lose much from Christian Wilkins to Calais Campbell. And that's the good thing. Total, yes, because he cannot play the amount of snaps that Christian Wilkins didn't come off the field, dude. Like, he did not come off the field. That was, by the way, that was the other thing that I heard, that there were concerns from the building. Like, bro, we're going to give you $28 million, and you've played more snaps than any defensive tackle in football since you've been in the league. Yeah, no, there's a lot of tread on those. There's a lot of tread off those tires. Yeah, we're gonna back off here. We're not going to give you that kind of money. And so that's where, you're going to lose a little bit. But in key moments, I don't think you lose anything. All right, we know recruiting is going on. What's the latest Canes-wise? What's going on this weekend?
Well, another important weekend. Obviously, there's another one after this next week, but you got a lot of the big-time guys that are on Miami's board that I think they have a real good shot at getting. DJ Pickett, kid out of the Tampa area. He's a 5-star defensive back, big-time kid, 6'4", 180, long arms, one of the best DBs in the country. We talked about this on Tuesday when you had me on the show, but DB is such an important position for Miami.
Yeah,
Haven't recruited it at a high level like they normally have in the past. So you're trying to get, a guy like DJ Pickett, not necessarily to commit, but just really good feeling. Hey, I really want to be at Miami. Let's see how the season goes, and then maybe he commits later down the road. They got Dallas Wilson, another 5-star kid who's committed to Oregon right now. He's really the number one guy, I think, in the receiver board. Again, big body, 6'3", 195. Mario is recruiting size over anything else, and he's prioritizing, NFL bodies. That's what he wants Miami to be again. He wants it to be an NFL football factory. So, Pickett and Wilson are the two big guys on campus this weekend. And then there's some other guys that they're also after on the defensive line and at cornerback. Chris Ewald is a kid from Hollywood Chaminade who's a top 200 recruit. He used to be committed to Michigan, but I think he's always sort of been trending towards Miami. Another one of these big-time local kids like Zaquan Patterson, who they signed a year ago at safety. Chris is a cornerback, a true cornerback. And the best thing about Chris is that he played against 3 of the best high school receivers I've seen in a long time, including Jeremiah Smith, who was the number 1 overall recruit last year, who signed with Ohio State, and Miami came this close to getting. Ewald is a guy who's played the best in high school consistently, and he's a big-time local kid. So those are the guys that are there this weekend, and hopefully they eventually get some more commitments. But again, it's like I keep telling people, and I'll say it again on your show, don't worry about commitments now. Worry about them in December, because what the kids want to see in year 3 of the Mario era is winning. They want to see these guys take a step up in player development, take a step up in the wins column, in the standings, and to be a real contender in the ACC. And I think if Miami doesn't do that, then all of this is going to be for naught, and a lot of these kids are going to end up going elsewhere. But if Miami has a great season, well, they're going to put themselves in position to cash in and get a lot of these elite players that they've had on campus over the summer.
I'm going to ask you a question a little bit off the beaten path that you probably weren't prepared for, but it's kind of a left field. I was reading an article yesterday about the Big 12 and how the viability, the existence of the Big 12 is questioned.
Right.
And so I'm thinking, oh, you read this, you know what the article I'm talking about?
Yeah, I think you know what you're talking about. Yeah.
And so with the ACC having all these issues with Florida State, maybe unhappy, or Clemson, and then them being tempted to go somewhere else, dude, why don't the Big 12 and the ACC get together with what's left and create a super conference?
Yeah, it's too many teams right now. I mean, it's 17 teams in the ACC, 16, I believe, in the Big 12 now, with Utah and Colorado and some of the other schools.
I'll make it 24. Whoever's left out.
Well, yeah, that's the issue. And I think, I think your thinking is right, because that's the only way you're going to sort of maybe bridge the gap. But
you add more markets, you add some big schools. There are still some big schools left in the Big 12. And so now you start all of a sudden to create a super conference for yourself. You know what I'm saying? If you don't have the money to get out of the conference, because the conference has you by the balls, and if you're a conference that you're worried about the big 2 conferences taking off away from you, well, then go steal what's left in college football of big names and put yourselves together and create one super conference between the Big 12 and the ACC. And then take your chances that way. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, dude. I was just reading that article, and then I'm thinking about the ACC issues, and I'm like, brother, let's forecast what's going on here. Why don't you guys get together and become, together you're stronger. Apart, you guys are dead in the fucking water, bro.
Well, that's going to be the interesting thing to see what happens here the next few years, because everybody's pretty much locked in with contracts through about 2032. So everybody sees the way that it's trending. It's really a power 2 now. It's the Big 10 and the SEC, and the money gap is going to be huge. It's going to be huge in terms of TV dollars. We're also in an era now where, they got to back pay athletes for NIL that they didn't receive back to 2016. So everybody's got to make that payment to the former players for several years. So financially, we really don't know yet how this is going to affect everything. If teams like Miami and Florida State and Clemson that aren't in the Power 2 conferences, can they really contend? Or is it just going to become SEC Big Ten Invitational, the 12-team playoff, and they're going to be the only ones getting invites, and everybody's going to sort of get phased out? And I think ultimately we'll find out in the next 7 to 8 years if smart people get together in a room and say, well, how do we form a third best conference and compete and keep ourselves relevant? It may never happen, though. We may just get to the point where the best teams in college football, the Ohio States of the world, the Michigans, the ones that have it good right now, all the teams in the SEC, the Georgias, etc., the Texases, are like, it's our party and you're not invited.
Right.
We may get to that point. It may just become that, and there's no coming back from it. So it'll be very interesting to watch what happens. But I know people aren't going to sit on their hands either, right? And this week there was a big change at the University of Miami, right? Their school president, Julio Frank, just left for UCLA, talking to some people on back channels. Joe Echeverria is the guy who's basically taking over as the acting president. He is super into sports, especially football. He was very much behind the push to get Mario Cristobal here and raising money for sports and athletics. And, for people who are worried about the future of the University of Miami and sports, as long as Joe Echeverria is in charge, and as long as the people that have made the push to provide money and financial backing to sports and athletics are around, I think Miami's going to put their best foot forward. And I would say this too, now that Julio Frank is at UCLA, Miami has an advocate in the room in the Big Ten, because Julio Frank still has good relationships with the people at Miami. And so if Miami needs to get into the Big Ten, which is AAU accredited, and Miami is AAU accredited, that's basically the foundation of the Big Ten. They want nothing but AAU accredited schools. Then I think Miami has a really good chance by the time the next round of conference realignment happens to get into the Big Ten. And I think the Big Ten would love probably to have a team in the state of Florida. And if Florida State, ends up going to the SEC or somewhere else, Miami is the premier team to add. They are AAU accredited, as I said, and probably the next best option.
I was looking at this because obviously Texas and Oklahoma are gone, right?
Mm-hmm.
From the Big 12. And there's 17 in the ACC, you said, right?
Yep.
So you make Oklahoma State 18. You make Texas Tech 19. You make TCU 20. Houston 21. BYU 22. Baylor 23. Cincinnati 24. And then we got to settle in between Iowa State, Kansas State, West Virginia, and UCF. I don't know which one you want to give them the 24th spot.
Right.
Who do you want to?
Well,
UCF.
You also got Utah. You also got Utah. That's been a really good program for several years now, winning the Pac-12 in the past, and they're part of the Big 12 now as well.
Oh, so no, that's it. No, you answered the question. Utah's in.
Yeah.
Utah. Now Mario doesn't want to see Utah because Utah's got his number, but that's a whole different.
Right, that's a whole different story, brother.
A whole different conversation we could get into there on that one.
Yeah.
But see, that's what I would do. I would just kind of pick and choose if I can, do it that way. And it wouldn't be a bad conference if you add those teams. It would definitely look a little bit more sexy, But again, if these teams can get out of it, obviously, if they can join the ACC and the Big Ten, that's what they want to do. All I'm saying is, if all roads are screwed, then you're better off, getting together and empowering yourself. I don't know.
Again, we will see what this really means, because my assumption of what's going to happen, is that because of the big TV dollars that the SEC and Big Ten are going to have, they're going to have all the best coaches. I just think it's going to become. You're going to see more of the like the UCLA coach going to go join Oregon staff as offensive coordinator. You're going to see more head coaches take coordinator positions, because those are going to be paid just as much as head coaches,
and much less headache,
and no recruiting. Right? They're changing, they're expanding the coaching staffs now. They're thinking about bumping it up from 10 to more, so that you have guys that just worry about recruiting and guys that just worry about coaching.
Yeah, because Chip Kelly said No, I'll be your offensive coordinator. Don't ask me to ever recruit. I'm not here to recruit. That's it. He didn't want to recruit. He hates recruiting.
Yeah, listen, I'll give you a quick Chip Kelly story. So I went with the South Florida Express. I was on your show with them. Remember, I had Brandon Innes in the car. We called you. We went to UCLA and USC when I was out with the South Florida Express in California a couple of years ago. Chip Kelly wouldn't even come downstairs to meet with all of these 5-star kids. He didn't care. He told his assistant coaches, those kids aren't coming. We're not going to bother to recruit them. And now the irony is all of those elite kids ended up at Ohio State where he's coaching.
Right.
So
yeah.
So he still got the tools without having to put in all the work. So
and
it is what it is.
Yeah, dude.
But I think that's what's going to happen. I think in the next 3 to 4 years, unless you make it to the mountaintop of the ACC and the Big 12, where you are dominating that conference, you are going to see the best coaches in college football start to take coordinator jobs and position coach jobs at Big 10 and SEC schools that can pay double than what they get having a bigger job at a smaller level. That's it. That's what's going to happen.
All right. Follow him on Twitter at Manny_Navarro and catch his work there at The Athletic, getting it done. Have a great weekend. Happy Father's Day, my brother. We will catch up on Tuesday.
All right, brother. You too. Take care.
Thank you, sir. There you go. The great Manny Navarro and our Caneswear Miami Hurricanes report.
Welcome to Caneswear. New store, new items, same great experience. Family owned and operated since 2010, Caneswear has the latest merchandise from the Miami Hurricanes, Miami Dolphins, Florida Panthers, InterMiamiCF, and more. Come visit us at our store in Davie on University Drive, just south of 595, or online at caneswear.com. Caneswear, the spot Miami fans shop.
Yeah. By the way, when you go to our merchandise shop and you see our shirts and our hats and all the graphic designs and everything, I just want you to know that John Rigoni is the man that has designed everything that is on our shirts and hats and everything else. So if your business is looking for a new logo, maybe you want to dress up the logo, make it look better, or a completely new one, a new business identity, you're looking to create letterheads, business cards, forms, social media posts, ads, merchandise, packaging, signs and billboards, trade show, event materials, John Rigoni, graphic designer, can get it done. Nothing leaves a better impression than the great creative designs out there that John Rigoni comes up with. And when you leave the right impression, baby, that's it. It's what it's all about. That's why I want you to reach out to my guy, John. You got all the information there. If you want to reach out to John, JJ Rigoni at yahoo.com. You can reach out to him there. Email him. Tell him that Big O sent you. I'm telling you, John does excellent work there. Graphic designs that, and he's working on some new stuff too for our merch page. So he can help your business too. So please reach out to my guy, John Rigoni. All right. What do we have here on the chat board? I'm going to talk. I got to talk Tua here in a minute. It's too bad the Dolphins couldn't have drafted him back in 2008. I don't know. Oh, you talking about Campbell? Well, yeah. Let's see. Yes, how could I get it? Happy Father's Day. I hope you have a good one. Go Dolphins, Big O. Thank you, Aaron. I appreciate you. Let's see. Drake, go Tua. He's our QB. Peyton Manning got his first playoff win his 5th year. Do you guys know that? It's dude, you are talking to walls. And everything Tua is driven all by all the people that are worried about how much they're going to pay him are the people that don't want to pay Tua. Have you noticed that? All the people that are concerned, all the people that are creating drama are the people that have questioned them from the get-go. That's all. And they're all doing that. And then they're all complaining about how long it's taking, or are they worried about paying Tua? Or maybe they don't want to pay Tua. And then when they pay Tua, all they're going to do is complain about how much they're paying Tua. That's all this cycle is, dude. That's what these people are doing. I mean, they're so easy to read. Like, what the hell do you worry about if they gave them 53 average or 54 or 57? Who gives a shit? It's the going rate. It's what these guys are getting. Trevor Lawrence, look what he got. Nobody expected him to get that. His numbers aren't even close to Tua's. It happens. That's how it goes. That's how they pay these guys. And whatever you pay Tua, his contract 3 years from now will be a joke, because then there'll be like 8 other quarterbacks, 10 quarterbacks on top of him, down the line. It's just, it's a ridiculous cycle. And all we're getting are the people that want to create drama and sensationalism because they did not want to draft him, or they don't believe in him, or they don't like him in the first place. And those are the same people that cannot wait for the contract to happen so they can now do the other side of it, complain about how much they're paying Tua. Okay? So all we got are people that are just dying to complain about Tua one way or the other. That's all they're doing. Let's complain about Tua one way or the other. That's it. That's the headline. That's what's going on. I mean, I wasn't born yesterday, dude. I've been at this for a long time. And you just see it, dude. It's so obvious. You see me concerned? No. Think I'm worried about how much you're paying him? No. I wasn't worried about the concussions. And I'm not going to worry about this. Because in the end, I'm convinced he's the guy. So what the hell do I care? And here's the other, let me throw the caveat on top of all of this. Okay? Since he really took over, this is now his 5th year being the general manager. Now is when Chris Grier is really the general manager the last 5 years. Under Gase and Tannenbaum, he was never the real general manager, okay? He had a title, and they gave him some power in the draft, but he didn't have full power, okay? Trust me on this. So since he's done that, going on his 5th year, how many irresponsible contracts does he give out? How many times, not only that, how many times do we say, holy shit, Chris Grier did a great job with that contract? Brandon Shore and Chris Grier. Have you not noticed that? That we always like, holy shit, dude. Like the Waddle deal was like, after you looked at it, you were like, okay. So let me ask you something. Sensationalism at its finest. Because I have proof on my side. All those other people, what do they have? Because they make it sound like this guy gives out all kinds of bad contracts. Like this guy doesn't actually make better contracts than most GMs. You know, he could get out of these deals. He has opt-outs. He creates them. Brandon Shore does a marvelous job. So we're constantly praising the front office for very creative contracts. And so now all we have are the idiots that are concerned about how much they're going to pay him. And then when they pay him, let's complain about how much they're going to pay him. Those are the only people making noise. It's like I tell you guys all the time. We all go to restaurants, right? And the second your food gets there cold, undercooked, there's a hair, are they going to hear from you? Oh, hell yeah. But when you're sitting there with your belly full and you're, wow, that was a good meal, huh? Yeah. Toothpicking it, and you're walking out the door, and you rarely, if ever, pull the maitre d', the waiter over, whatever. Hey, dude, can you do me a favor? Can you tell the chef this is the best steak I've ever had in my life? Hey, can you tell the chef that this soup is just outstanding? We never do that. We never take the time to compliment people and thank them enough and appreciate them enough. But the second we need to complain, oh shit, you're going to hear from us. And that's all we're hearing. That's the only noise. That's the white noise that's coming out right now. That's all it is, white noise. Let's complain about Tua one way or the other. Oh no, they must be hesitant. Yeah, assholes. They've stuck with the guy all the way through. They've said he's their guy. They've never wavered. Yeah. No, yeah, they're wavering now. I mean, it's just, that's what's going on, man. That's all this is, dude. Sensationalism at its finest. And I get it. This is boring to hear. It's boring to hear the truth. But it's the truth. And mark my words, I want you to go check out all the people that are questioning the contract. Mark it down. Those are the same people that after they give them the contract, they will all complain about the contract. That's all they're doing. It's just, it's the most obvious thing. It stares you in the face. Anyway, happy Friday, Panthers 2024 NHL champions Saturday night, Big O. Yes, sir, Joseph, you are correct. Cap for life, Cheetah still wants his money. He can want whatever the hell he wants, and you can bite into the drama because you are a sensationalistic type person. Cap for life, you are the suckers that they actually want in the media. You're the guy. You're going to wait for Flo to stay hired? You're going to wait for Wilkins to get his money? Or X get an extension? Is that what you're going to do now? Well, because you might as well wait for all of those too. Like you're waiting for Tyree. If you want to look stupid, like all the other people that I've made look stupid because they say things that don't make any sense, that don't come to fruition, that are not true, that are not accurate. So you can fall for the sensationalism all he wants. Wilkins wanted his money too. How'd that work out? Okay. Anyway, $250 million. If I was Ross, I would take my sweet time also. There you go. There you go. That's you're the guy they want, man. Vivinetti, that's the funny because all I see is Tua is the only guy that's going to take Miami to the Super Bowl, and I think he's going to win more than one. They give him the team around him. Damn right he can. Drake, the thing. He has learned how to fall, which is really good. No, Drake, the thing that he learned was to get rid of the football, dude. You don't pay attention to this show. His injuries all came between 3.85 and 5.1 seconds. You cannot hold the ball for 4 or 5 seconds. He gets rid of the ball on an average of 2.1 seconds. Okay? It's about getting rid of the football, not learning how to fall. That's a caveat. That's an extra to what he did. The key was what I said when he was getting concussed. And the sensationalism, my God, talk about drama and sensationalism at its highest. Quit football, all that. No, get rid of the football. That's what kept him alive. That's what kept Brady alive. That's what kept Manning alive. That's what keeps all Breeze alive. None of them hung on to the football. None of those guys were athletic. They couldn't run around and make all kinds. We demand to start ad-libbing. How much ad-libbing was Tom Brady doing? None. In fact, you had to get Brady moving, and he was done. That's how Miami would succeed against Tom Brady. Get him out of the pocket. Get his statuesque ass having to move. Once you get his statuesque ass having to move, you had him. Peyton Manning. Oh, yeah, he's scrambling all over the place. Yeah, Drew Brees, he's scrambling all over the place. And they're all three Hall of Famers, right? Yeah. Yeah, because you don't need a scramble if you know how to throw the ball, read, react, accuracy, ball placement, anticipatory skills, all those things. But sensationalism will tell you he needs to run and throw it for 400 yards. Sensationalism at its finest. Let's go. Ariel Oliva. If they were and are at that number, why don't they close that deal? Like I said, it's the guarantees, when, date, workout bonuses, those kind of things. I could see that kind of stuff being the hang up. Let's see. Manny looks so bright and blurry, and I feel like I'm having vision of Jesus. Microfiber towel, Manny. Clean the lens. LaDainian Tomlinson comes to mind about durable players. He was. He was one of those guys, again, you don't get a clean shot. It like Barry Sanders, Warwick Dunn, and, of course, what's it called? What'd you just say right now? And LaDainian Tomlinson. These were guys that they had a knack of, you just didn't get real clean shots on them. Their elite athletes are just special, man. They play at another plateau than everybody else. Now, the game is slower for them, and it's like they are just they're thinking at another level. It's incredibly impressive. Where will Miami be ranked in the preseason? I don't know. Does it really matter, True Fin fan? Play the games and start winning games, and then you'll climb up in the real standings, and then you can prove to us that you can be a good coach and all of that. That's what we need. Do it in the regular season. Get it done. The rankings, to me, don't matter. And they shouldn't get a lot of respect because of the way they've been under Manny so far, under Mario so far. Ocala Joe, it's funny that some people act like this money given to athletes is coming out of their pockets. Who cares? Exactly. But again, the funny part, Ocala Joe, is that the guy that's at the top of the organization and making all the decisions and running and signing contracts, we're constantly praising him for all the deals that he makes. Damn, he paid Zach Sealer this, and that's what Christian Wilkins wants? Are you kidding me? Zach Sealer has better stats. That's what we were talking about. Like, it made Christian Wilkins look so stupid to ask for that money when the front office is giving Zach Sealer half the money or less than half the money for more production. Holy crap. And so we sit here and we got to hear these idiots who are all concerned about how much they're paying Tua. And it's like, yo, dude, like, I get it. You also don't like Chris Greer too, right? Like, he's built the best team we've had in 30 years. All they need is some luck at the end of the damn year. Like the Panthers didn't have the last couple of years, and now they're relatively healthy and they're kicking ass. Wow, what a concept it is to stay healthy. But sensationalism is great, right? Let's make it more than what it really is. And that's what we love to do. So that's the part that I trip out on. Anyway. Let's see. To run this offensive scheme, there's only a handful of QBs. Oh, God, yes. The dumbest thing that I hear, and it shows me that so many of you, media and regular fans, don't know football and don't understand. If you think you can just put anybody in there and they're going to throw as accurate and timing and react, you're an idiot. That's a superpower that quarterbacks have. The ones that can read, react, throw accurately. I love that. Oh, I know, McDaniel will teach the next guy. No, he won't, dude. I'm sorry. Skylar Thompson tearing it up every time he plays? Teddy Bridgewater was tearing it up every time he plays? I'm sorry. I must have missed that. I love that. Like, they think that it's McDaniel that has this. No, McDaniel has the offense, but you still need somebody that can actually run the offense. And to think that anybody can do it, it's because greatness makes it look easy. And whether you like it or not, Tua is a great passer. He has not become a great quarterback yet. I'll give you that. I'll give you that. Okay? But he's a great passer. Very few people can throw the ball like he throws it. That's the reason why I've always been a believer in him, because he can sling it accurately, timing, ball placement, anticipatory skills. That throw he made opposite of Patrick Peterson his rookie year, to read and react and see that Peterson was going inside and he placed the ball outside in his rookie year. If you know football, that kind of stuff is done by 10-year veterans. That's not done by rookies. That throw right there is not something that a young man knows how to read, react, and see at the NFL level. That just does not exist. The ones that have that have a computer that is just at another level. You know? You guys think that everybody has the same computer chip and the same hard drive in there, and they don't. Some of you. You know what I'm saying? What's happening, baby? You just makes no sense. It's the dumbest thing in the world. But greatness makes it look easy. And you think anyone can do it. And that's because that's why they're that good. Michael will glide, and then you think, oh, I can. No, you won't. And then somebody else does something else, and you're like, oh, no, you can't do it. Sorry. You think you can down a whole bunch of hot dogs like Joey Chestnut. Sorry, can't do it. Doesn't matter what it is. It's just the thought of, oh, we can just, and you've gone through a quarter century of quarterbacks between Marino and Tua. And to think that anybody can do it, it's the dumbest shit in the world, dude. It just is. It makes you look stupid when you say that. And I'll tell anybody that. If you think that anyone can just be plugged into Mike McDaniel's system and you're going to play like Tua, you're an idiot, dude. You don't know football. You don't understand the quarterback position. You really don't know the game. And I've said this many, many times before for some of you out there. That it's just, I think you lack the knowledge, to be quite honest. And you're just a fan, but you don't really look at it the right way. By the way, we're at 172. Let's go, man. Hit that like button. Let's get it to 200. Let's go. 200. Let's get to our 3A graphics sports calendar. Panthers get it done against the Oilers last night, 4-3, as Mr. Barkov had the game-winning goal, the fourth goal of the night. They take a 3-0 series lead. Tarasenko, Bennett, and Reinhart with the other goals in the game. Bob was just absolutely phenomenal again last night. Some great saves. Game 4, the final game of the series, will be on Saturday at 8:15. The Panthers will eliminate the Oilers. I hope they bring out the oil cans. Tonight, 8:10, should be the last game of the NBA Finals. Celtics lead 3-0 against the Mavs. Tip-off 8:40. Mavs favored by 1, over and unders 211.5. Celtics minus 110 on the money line. Saturday, Philadelphia will host InterMiami, 7:30. Let's see if Inter and the boys can bounce back from their ugly loss last week or 2 weeks ago. And yeah, no Messi. No. Trevor Lawrence, by the way, signs a 5-year extension worth $275 million, averaging 55 per season, $200 million guaranteed, but $142 million fully guaranteed. So to get the other, he's going to have to be healthy during the calendar year, leading up to the new calendar year, and then he'll get the rest of the $58 million fully healthy down the line. So there you go. That is your 3A Graphics Sports Calendar. Alan Blanco doing all our printing and embroidery. You can check it out. Those of you that have ordered hats and shirts, you've seen his work. If your company needs new uniforms, shirts, hats, whatever it is you need, please call my friends at 3A Graphics in Hialeah. Alan Blanco, 786-618-1443. That's 786-618-1443. What a win last night by the Florida Panthers, dude. Absolutely freaking amazing. And remember, you can make a donation through Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show, Cash App or Venmo. Jasmine, by the way, down a little over 2%, down to 337, that is. So it was holding strong at 3.5 pennies. Now it's gone down a little bit there. Bitcoin still at 66,563. So it's been, screwing around the 66, 67 area. Like I've told you guys over and over and over again, this is the time. Continue to hodl. Continue to stack those sats. Stack the sats, baby. Stack the sats. That's what I want you to do. Stack the sats. You'll thank me later. You'll love me later. Okay? What else do we have here? Let's see. Skylar Tipton, you better say that to somebody who's not a season ticket holder or spends money at Hard Rock. I'm telling you, man, it's easy for these out-of-towners to make comments. Skylar Tipton is the man. All right, let's go. You can also say Skylar Thompson, but Tipton sounds pretty good too. No, I know that. But I'll go with Skylar Thompson. Let's go with birthdays. Why don't we do that? Let's start with musicians like we like to start. American rapper, singer, songwriter, Gunna, celebrating a birthday today. He was on that money single Lemonade. He was born in 1993. Siobhan Donaghy, English singer, songwriter with the British girl group Sugar Babes, born on this date in 1983. Let's see. Chris Dergamo, with Queensryche, born in 1963. George O'Dowd, better known as Boy George, born in 1961 on this date. Nick Van Eede, singer with the band Cutting Crew. I hate that song. I Just Died in Your Arms Tonight. I hear that song and I just go somewhere else. He was born in 1958. 1949, Alan White was born on this date. The English drummer, songwriter, best known for his tenure with Yes. Sadly, he also played with the Plastic Ono Band. Why? I have no idea. Alan White, I lost some respect for you there. Just want you to know. Steve Hunter, American guitarist, session player, worked with Lou Reed, Aerosmith, and Alice Cooper, born in this state in 1948. Rod Argent, musician, singer, songwriter, composer, and record producer, member of the Zombies, born in this state in 45. Let's see. Anybody else? Junior Walker, baby, born in this state in 1931. Soul singer, multi-instrumentalist. Junior Walker. How Sweet It Is in 1966. All right. Let's go with other birthdays today. Donald Trump is celebrating a birthday today. He is 78 years old. Lucy Hale, actress, is 35. Who else? Boy George. Well, I said already Boy George. Let's see. Some guy, an actor named Kevin McHale. I don't even know him, but it just kind of goes with the basketball player, but he's 36. Marla Gibbs, the Jeffersons. She is 93, man. Wow. Alan Carr, comedian, is 48. Bobby Witt Jr., baseball player, is 24. R.J. Barrett, basketball player, is 24. Sean Stanley. Tell us, any wrestlers did we leave out today?
Yes, wrestlers born on this day. Buzz Sawyer in 1959. Sadly, he passed away. And Peter Avalon in 1989. He is a part of the AEW roster.
All right, let's go with a little music history. Today, 1970, Eric Clapton and the band Derek and the Dominoes played their first ever gig when they performed at London's Lyceum. In 1980, on this date, Billy Joel started a 6-week run at the #1 chart with Glass Houses, great album. The album went on to go 7 times platinum in America. So many good songs on that one. In 2008, the likes of Pearl Jam, MGMT, and My Morning Jacket took the stage at the Bonnaroo Festival. In 75, America went to #1 on the singles charts with Sister Golden Hair. In 91, Foreigner released Unusual Heat, their album with original Wild Horses singer Johnny Edwards. It was a commercial failure. In 76, Chicago released their 8th studio album, their 10th overall, Chicago 10. In 2011, Black Veil Brides released their 2nd album, Set the World on Fire. In 2000, England's Melody Maker newspaper annual Uncoolest People in Rock poll, Noel Gallagher from Oasis took first place. Marilyn Manson was the runner-up. That, my friends, is what happened today in Musica history. All right. REM, by the way, was inducted into the Songwriters Hall of Fame yesterday. And by the way, just so you know, because I'm going to talk mostly about REM, but I also want to mention that Steely Dan and Timbaland was also they were also inducted into the Songwriters Hall of Fame. Okay, so I just want to make sure I mention that because I don't want to leave out the other people that were inducted into the Songwriters Hall of Fame. But anyway, they did a performance for the first time. Not that this is going to mean anything whatsoever, but the 4 original members, Michael Stipe, Peter Buck, Mike Mills, and Bill Berry, performed on stage together for the first time since the mid-90s, following their induction into the Songwriters Hall of Fame. The band's last official performance was on November 18, 2008, when they closed out their Accelerator tour at the Auditorio Nacional in Mexico City, but drummer Bill Berry hadn't performed with the band since the mid-90s after he suffered a double brain aneurysm during a March 95 gig in Lausanne, Switzerland. But following their induction into the Songwriters Hall, the quartet performed an acoustic version of the 91 mega hit, Losing My Religion. Reporting on the ceremony, Michael Stipe says, writing songs and having a catalog of work we're all proud of is that it's there for the rest of the world for all time. It's hands down the most important aspect of what we did. Second to that is we managed to do all those decades and remain friends, and not just friends, dear friends. We are 4 people that very early on decided we would own our own masters and we would split our royalties and songwriting credits equally, all for one and one for all. There wasn't anything we couldn't really agree on musically, admits Peter Buck, and why they broke up and why they're not together. What kind of music, how to record it, where we go on tour. We could barely agree on where to go for dinner. We're all here to tell the tale, Michael Stipe says. We're sitting at the same table together with deep admiration and lifelong friendship. A lot of people do this, can't claim that. And that is true because a lot of people, the bands play together for a while and then they break up or there's animosity and all that kind of stuff. And, it's pretty cool, man, to see that at least they stayed friends. You see that with Rush, Lifeson and Geddy Lee and Neil Peart. They were really close friends. You see it with U2. Those four guys are inseparable. They also do the same thing. All for one, one for all. It's crazy, man. But yeah, impressive as hell. Let's see, what else do we have? Okay, you guys are, I guess, okay. So the chat board is useless, looks like it. All right. Let's see where we at now. Ooh, looks like things are dipping. Yes, they are. 66,339 right now for Bitcoin. All right. Don't forget, folks, they've got a great deal going on right now, the 16th anniversary sale. We've been telling you about it here for a while now. And we've been a part of 14, I think, or 15 of those 16 years here at Craig Zinn's Acura Pembroke Pines. They opened in 2008. I think we started in 2009 with them. And folks, the Integra, $319 a month right now, the 2024, the RDX, $419 a month. We've got 3.9% financing for 60 months. I'm looking right now at a beautiful, this blue. I don't know what that blue color is, but that is a wicked. I think that's an RDX. God, that thing is beautiful, man. Or maybe that's a ZDX. Maybe that's the electric one. I think that might be the electric one, actually. Yeah, I think with the grill, right? Yeah, I think. Yeah. That's the ZDX, and you guys got to check out the all electric ZDX. That thing is beautiful, dude, and it hauls ass like that. I took it for a test drive. It rides so smooth, and you don't hear a damn thing. Those electric engines, man, they are an absolute trip, man. Absolute trip. So come on out here and see Larry Schlossberg, Pat Nasto, Tony Stampone, the great people at Acura Pembroke Pines. They know how to get it done. By the way, can we get 10 more to 9 more now because it crossed to 191? You guys can't get us to 200? Come on, man. There's 148 people watching. I know there's at least 9 of you that did not hit the like button to get us to at least 200, man. We should get to 300. Come on. You guys can easily get us to 200. Come on. Do us the favor, man. Remember, tomorrow night, we are going to be on again right after the Panthers eliminate the Oilers and win the Stanley Cup. So Saturday night, join us. You know what, man? Maybe we should give away something on Saturday night. Maybe we'll give away a T-shirt or two. Some of our new T-shirts. We could do that because we could do it through email. You got to be, of course, watching the show, and we'll tell you when. But we could do that because that way I can get that person's, address and all that, and then send them a shirt. So maybe we'll give away some prizes on Saturday night on the show. So join us Saturday night. And you got us to 201. Thank you very much. I knew there were some of you out there. Thank you very much. So join us on Saturday night, right after the Panthers eliminate the stinking Oilers. And we're going to celebrate the cup, and we'll try to have press interviews for you. We'll try to have some sound for you. And it's a Saturday night, so we'll be able to take a relaxing type of approach. We can extend the show a little bit and get some sound for you guys, and I'll just sleep in a lot on Sunday and rest the hell out of the voice, which I need in a big time way. So thank all of you out there, as always, for tuning in and supporting us. Please reach out by supporting us on our merchandise shop. You can check it out there. Our link is there on our YouTube page, on Twitter, and on Instagram. Sean, pull it up there on the billboard. You can use the QR code. It's bigoradioshow.myshopify.com. We got hats, all kinds of shirts. Got the newest ones that came in yesterday, that is. For a Dolphins fan, bring back the old logo. Oh. All right. There we go. Anyway. And you can get them in different colors, aqua, orange, black. So if you want to order them in colors, you can do that. Use our QR code and support the hell out of the show. Hit the like button as always. You can always make a donation whenever you're listening to the show, video or audio, at Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. For all you fathers out there, have a great Father's Day weekend. For Panthers fans, let's enjoy Saturday night and savor it that our team is the best team on the planet, and they got a chance to bring the cup home on Saturday night. Celebrate with us here on the platform on Saturday night. As always, keep stacking those stats, baby. Stack the stats. Much love. We'll see you Saturday night with the Panthers winning the Stanley Cup.
Just one place sold the most Acura models in the last 16 years. Acura of Pembroke Pines. Drive the new 2024 RGX, $419 a month during our 16th anniversary sale.